Bridge of Spies is a historical drama thriller film directed by Steven Spielberg and stars Tom Hanks. The story is about an American lawyer played by Tom Hanks who's given a Russian spy to defend. And after an incident occurs, Tom Hanks must negotiate a trade between the American spy and the Russian spy. I'm going to say it right now, there is quite a bit of talking in this film. There's not a lot of action. It's basically a dialogue-driven film, but the dialogue is really good. For those who are expecting an intense thriller spy film, you're probably not going to get that here because this film is entirely dialogue. It's basically characters sitting down, talking, negotiating, and characters standing up and negotiating and talking. It's basically one of those films. And it's a bit of a departure for Steven Spielberg as he's mainly focused on big mainstream films like Jurassic Park, E.T., Jaws. This is a bit of a departure for him. And this film that Spielberg didn't gross a lot of money. It only grossed $160 million, which is pretty low for a Steven Spielberg film. But I think people, thought, oh, this is going to be a really boring film, nothing's going to happen, it's just people talking, but people should actually give this film a chance, because, I was actually entertained the whole time, because, the dialogue is interesting, and, praise has to be given to the Coen brothers who wrote the screenplay, and the dialogue, they wrote was actually interesting and kept me in the moment. And the dialogue is actually nearly on par with Quentin Tarantino dialogue. The dialogue is interesting, it keeps you in the film, it doesn't lose you, it's not boring. The dialogue was actually exceptional. There's one theme that goes around the film is morals, as, at the start of the film, Tom Hanks is given, the Russian spy, and he must defend it, but the government's, telling Tom Hanks, oh no, just, you don't have to really defend him. You can completely make him out like a bad guy, but, Tom Hanks in his mind, thought, no, I'm not going to be like that, I'm going to do the right thing, I'm actually going to defend this guy. He might be innocent. Tom Hanks has this moral in his head that it's the right thing to do. He defended the Russian spy, knowing he would get this much hate. His whole family's assaulted, he's assaulted, but in his mind, he knows it's the right thing to do by defending this Russian spy. When Tom Hanks is trading the Russian spy for the American spy, he's trying to negotiate between the two countries. He's representing America, but he's trying to, keep calm negotiations with the Russians, try not to, piss them off. And this film is actually kind of similar to another film. The plot seems a bit similar. Basically, it's about an American who goes to a foreign country to try to bring home an American back to the United States. That plot just reminded me of Argo. And that's kind of one of the major flaws for me. It felt like, to me, they were ripping off Argo. Because, basically, it's kind of the same plot. An American goes to another country, tries to save another American, bring him home. It's been done. It's the same. It's nearly the same story, but with Argo, it was Argo was an intense thriller film. This is a boring negotiation film. But Bridge of Spies is a good negotiation film. It's interesting. And out of the two, I actually prefer Bridge of Spies, because the problem I had with Argo was littered with historical inaccuracies, while Bridge of Spies, stayed true to the source material. And Tom Hanks once again delivers another great performance. Overall, this film is basically a talking film. It might not be what you're expecting. If you're expecting the same pacing as Argo, you're not going to get that. As Bridge of Spies is nearly 2.5 hours long, but this film is absolutely worth a watch. The film is intriguing, exceptional, the acting is fantastic, and Steven Spielberg gives one of his most memorable films in many years. Although I was originally going to give this film a 10, I have to mark it down because the plot was kind of similar to Argo, so this film gets a 9.5 out of 10. Thank you for watching this video. If you like what you see, be sure to click that subscribe button. Thank you for watching.